The laughter stopped the moment I stood up. Forks froze mid-air. Glasses stopped clinking. My daughter-in-law, Rachel, was still holding the microphone. Her lips curled into that smug smile I'd come to despise. "Guess Grandpa forgot how to use a wallet again," she'd said seconds earlier, mocking me in front of 50 guests at her charity dinner. Everyone laughed, except me. But what Rachel didn't know was that the old man she humiliated had a secret of his own, one that would make her beg for mercy before the night was over. I'm Frank, 72, retired carpenter, widowed 5 years ago. I live quietly, minding my business and cherishing small joys, morning tea, fixing old furniture, watching my grandson Ethan grow. I thought my son Michael had married a kind woman. Rachel was charming, always smiling, always polite. But behind closed doors, she was a different creature. She controlled everything, what Michael wore, who he met, even how he spoke to me. She hated when I visited, saying I made the house smell like old wood and oil. I ignored it at first. Families have friction, I told myself. But when I overheard her one afternoon telling my grandson, "Don't listen to Grandpa, he's just an old fool," something broke in me. Still, I stayed silent, for Michael's sake, for Ethan's sake, until the charity dinner. Rachel ran a luxury charity foundation, Hearts of Gold. Supposedly, it helped homeless families, but I had my doubts. She always flaunted designer dresses, new cars, exotic trips. Charity, sure, but whose heart of gold was really shining? That evening, I was invited as the guest of honor. Rachel made it sound sweet. "You've always been such an inspiration, Frank," she told me, smiling too wide. "You must attend." I went, dressed in my best suit. My late wife had ironed it for me years ago before she passed. It still carried the faint smell of her perfume. The event was grand. Chandeliers, champagne, soft jazz, and Rachel, the queen of the room. Cameras followed her every move. When she spotted me, she announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for my father-in-law, the man who taught me humility." People clapped. I smiled politely. Then she called me to the stage. "Grandpa, why don't you say a few words about generosity?" I hesitated. Public speaking wasn't my strength, but I started, "Well, I've learned that true generosity doesn't seek praise." And that's when she struck. "Oh, come on, Grandpa," she interrupted, laughing. "You can't even pay for lunch without asking for senior discounts. Let's talk real generosity, shall we?" The audience chuckled. My heart sank. She turned to the crowd, smirking. "He's sweet, but he still doesn't know how to use a credit card. Maybe one day we'll teach him." More laughter. Cameras flashed. My face burned. That moment, that humiliation, lit something inside me. I looked at her and thought, "You have no idea who you're mocking." Because 2 weeks earlier, I had stumbled upon something she never wanted anyone to see. It started when I found Michael at my workshop one morning, visibly upset. He confessed that the foundation's finances were tight, and Rachel had been hiding things from him. He asked if I could take a look at some old documents. When he left them with me, I almost didn't check, but curiosity won. The receipts, transfers, and offshore account names told a different story. Rachel wasn't donating money, she was laundering it. She'd been using the charity to funnel donations into her private accounts. The same Hearts of Gold she flaunted on every billboard was her personal piggy bank. I made copies of everything and kept them safe. Back at the dinner, I took the microphone from her. My voice was calm, steady. "You're right, Rachel," I said. "I may not know much about credit cards, but I do know something about honesty." The room fell silent. Rachel laughed nervously. "Oh, Grandpa, always so serious." "Tell me," I interrupted, "do honest people hide money meant for the homeless in offshore accounts?" Her smile froze. "What are you talking about?" "Oh, come on, dear," I said, mimicking her tone. "Let's talk real generosity." I reached into my jacket pocket and held up a folder. "These are copies of your little charity." I handed him the folder. "You can see for yourself." Rachel grabbed at it, but he pulled away. The crowd began murmuring, "The mighty Rachel, exposed by the old man she mocked." Within minutes, the event unraveled. Sponsors left. Journalists started whispering. Her reputation gone in an instant. I quietly stepped off the stage, finished my drink, and walked out. The next morning, my son called. His voice shook. "Dad, they're investigating her. She's been suspended from the foundation." I said nothing for a while. Then, softly, "I never wanted this, son, but she left me no choice." He sighed. "I know. You did the right thing." A week later, Rachel came to my doorstep. Her perfect hair was messy, eyes red from crying. "You ruined me," she said bitterly. I looked at her for a long moment. "No, Rachel. You ruined yourself. I just showed the world what was already there." She opened her mouth, then closed it. Tears welled in her eyes, but I saw no regret, only anger. She turned and left without another word. Months later, the foundation was dissolved. Rachel disappeared from social media. Michael took Ethan and moved back near me, rebuilding his life slowly. Sometimes I still think about that night, the way her laughter echoed, the way the crowd looked at me with pity. And then I remember the silence that followed when truth replaced mockery. Age doesn't make you weak. It gives you time. Time to listen, to learn, and to strike when the truth matters most. Because sometimes the loudest revenge is the quietest truth.